Hello, guys. After Doodla has been contemplating his failure from last stream, but falling off that building onto that, he's had about
He's just riding such a high, and then that high dropped.
He's been contemplating onto that. But welcome back to Dark Souls. So as for post of the day onto that, there wasn't anything in particular I wanted to. I guess I will voluntarily do a post of the day just through looking up a few more things about Souls that I can and stuff like that. And I just want to do a post of appreciation for the Japanese box art for Dark Souls onto it, because holy shit, this box art is fantastic onto that. For it. I put it in no mic for us, but not a big fan of the American one that we got, but the original Japanese one I think is just like perfectly encapsulates like the vibe of the game overall onto that.
The one you posted in our chat is the remastered one.
Yeah, it should be both into there, which I did post the remaster one into there too, because I do really like that one as well onto that. I'm much happier. I'm much happier with that one than the initial American box art onto that. Overall, I mean, both of these are kind of going for the same idea of being by the bonfire, which, you know, with that being such a prominent symbol in the game onto that. Just overall more fitting onto that, I think, overall. But, yeah, so, from what I understand, the plan today is to we've been putting it off for a while. We are headed to Blighttown at this point on that, so...
First things first, we gotta get back home.
Yeah.
Remember to stay out of the center. As hilarious as it would be to have you talk to the stray demon again, which name feels very out of come he doesn't seem stray. He actually seemed quite where he's supposed to be. Meanwhile, the asylum demon we thought was the one hanging out outside the building.
Yeah.
Oh like those names could be reversed. Respect fire.
Yeah,
Respect
it's
fire.
just like, man, he started charging.
Just like the narrative of the game, you have to respect the flame, because it is where life came from, and life can take it away.
Roxas, how come Dark Souls? What do you mean of just, we've been, this is like the succession of doing this, on that, or are you saying for Sunday? I mean, if it's
Or
Sunday,
just like
then,
how it goes, I guess it's how it goes to stream, but we're also 3 minutes in, so not a whole lot yet.
Alright. We do have our souls,
Nope.
so no. Oh boy! Okay.
That's how comes Dark Souls Roxas.
Oh man.
I literally facepalmed when you did that.
Yeah, okay. 81, and make sure for Ace, for when he comes back, to put in of 81 to the exact same death again. Oh boy. Oh my god.
Make that note for later.
Giant bird, take me home.
Save me, save me, save me, bird.
Save me, bird. Okay.
All right, to the left. Freaking Gwen alive, my god. I'd probably take a drink before you fall. Fall damage isn't that bad, but I think we should play
Just to make sure. And I mean, Firelink is...
this item you haven't picked up yet. Probably like a soul or something.
Soul of Undead, yep.
Alrighty tighty. Let's have a sit down, set this as our point of again.
Alright. Let's see.
Back to the depths. Yeah, we're just shy. If you really want to level up, you probably have enough.
Let me see. Let me see. Do we got what do we get? Oh, we got a lot.
One Proud Night Soul could probably get you where you need to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If not, then it's just like a little bit of like just a lick, a salt lick. Yeah, there we go. I would say probably. What do you think,
What?
Ace? Should we even out endurance at this point?
I'd say we're. Let's see, vitality's always good. More health. Endurance is also good. More stamina, and also helps the Havel's ring because it's percentile. Strength is good. We'll level Dex as we need it.
Yeah, I
If
think...
we see something that you want to use that needs a little bit of dex to help with the strength, then we build to that.
Yeah. So I think right now, either vitality or endurance. Maybe it's just because I'm now going to be able to actually dodge roll at this point, but I'm kind of leaning towards endurance for right now on that.
I think I like it when I see a number even out.
All right.
Sometimes you just want to peel the dopamine.
All right, and let me know if I need to, if I need to adjust audio. Also, Ace, add a ding to the death count. I died the exact same fucking way on that.
I put it in the chat because I needed to make sure that was not forgotten.
All right, so...
Yeah, so
we're
we're at 81.
It's,
No, that's where we're going, Pat.
Okay, yeah, it's this way, right?
Yeah, we gotta go through the depths since we want to go through the front door instead of the back.
Right. Whoop! Ah. It is going to be weird knowing I can properly dodge roll now at this point.
Let's change how you perceive the game when your main defensive option has been expanded.
Yeah. And I've just been
so
kind
we're
of
gonna run
training
all the
myself
way.
so much to block more than dodge roll onto that. I feel like I could probably be a little bit more lenient with that now at this point.
Yeah. I feel like we're now hitting the point where you can start slowly shifting away from a shield, or at least move to a utility shield.
I feel like abandoning shields entirely is a poor mindset.
It's like, probably the Grass Crest shield would be a good fallback of. It still works, but it's more there for the benefit.
So it's for this way on that?
Yes.
Oh boy, I am back to not being able to see anything. Let's go!
And it's
Hold on to
not going to
that
get
feeling,
much better.
Yeah.
If it gets really bad, I'll adjust the lighting onto that. I know that's gonna fuck up the footage onto that, but... Unfortunately, Dark Souls, for whatever reason on PC, you can't adjust which monitor it goes to, and the problem is the left monitor is noticeably darker for me than my right monitor on that. So, as such, it makes these areas really dark on that.
Mine's the same, but opposite. It's my right monitor that's more. But really, the most you can do to change is what is defined as your primary monitor, and that's what it wants to put it onto.
Yeah.
I ended up doing that for mine, and it wasn't a big change, and it is better because I do see a bit more.
Hello.
Sir. Honestly, you can skip the guys behind you by just going over this ledge.
Wait, right here?
Yeah, and then just follow this side.
Alright, dogs, where are you? Oh, wait, no, it's past the dogs.
Yeah, we skipped the dogs. Now all you have is slime and this guy.
It's my grinding spot.
You can probably, I would recommend stopping at this bonfire. So
yeah.
that's less of a trek.
Yoink. From downtown! Damn it.
There's a soft.
You got it. If you gotta yell yeet for distance.
Fortunately, that was before this man was born, so he doesn't know such newfangled terms.
All right.
Sit down, then we will make our way and take the doorway soon.
Of course, nowadays, because I got into wrestling, when I think of Yeet, I'm thinking of whenever Jey Uso walks into the ring, where everyone is just going, Yeet, 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 and it's amazing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run through there. I believe it should be a hard right.
Oh.
Yeah. You can just leave it. They're so slow, you don't have to waste your resources. Save those for Blighttown proper.
All right.
Ma, rat.
So yeah, just run past all of this and go through the doors. A few things will follow you from proper zone to zone.
Okay,
Don't
here
run
we
too fast,
go.
though. There is a drop. Yeah. Guy loves like, hey, how do you know you're in a new zone? The green.
We have entered the Mexico filter.
Also, this is not... I don't think this is the Mexico filter. I think this is the poor excuse of a... I don't know, South Africa filter?
I just think of the Chamber of Secrets. It
It does also look like that, yeah. When you want it to be dank. Slow trek begins.
Oh boy! What could that bog puddle possibly be from?
Probably someone running off the cliff like an idiot.
Let's see.
Or running into an enemy. Yep. They ran forward, ate shit, and then got knocked off the ledge. Beautiful.
Yeah, so welcome to. Well,
So,
we're not
beware
quite
of
in
left.
Blighttown yet. Yeah. But yeah, think before you leap here.
Yeah.
That guy's probably going into the pit. Yep, bye.
See? Things that happen to players can also be viable against enemies.
Ah, you hit the ground. There we go.
And
Like that.
There you go.
Wait, what the hell?
He followed you.
me on that?
He followed you. He was just
Yeah,
like,
they
hey,
do
I'm
that.
not finished yet. So yeah. That is the downside of being full defensive with shields, I will admit, is if you get knocked back, you're taking knockback damage.
Okay.
Spacing and shielding in association is the best way to solve your problems.
Wait a minute, I got an idea. Hold on. This is gonna be a little weird, but I am going to. I am just seeing if I can actually change the mode on my thing here. Am I able?
My man took no more than 5 I bet it would last 10 seconds over the county line. How long was that?
12. Okay, nope. I
In
cannot.
your faces!
I don't think I can adjust the lighting onto that right now. So damn.
Yeah. Well,
Just
you know the
book
way,
it.
so just run as you will.
When they said book it back to town, I don't think they meant this town.
I think what's even funnier is that you did that to an enemy and you're like, ha, you idiot, and then they basically did it to you.
Yeah.
That is the karma that is beautiful for these kinds of games.
And there's no like fast fall off of your without damage, right? On the or.
No, you can, if you get on the ladder and press and hold the circle/B button, it'll just take you right to the
Oh,
bottom.
okay. I was pushing down. That's
Yeah.
why it was. doing
Yeah,
it.
no,
Okay.
that's for specific future games.
I specifically love a helmet in Bloodborne that just kind of thunks on the ladder, specifically on each part of the ladder.
There is no sound effect as much as a meme video would lead you to believe he's not dead. Now he's dead. But it is still hilarious because you can obviously tell that the geometry is impacting.
Yeah.
So, awareness behind yourself is still just as important, especially around Blighttown. Or you could do that.
All right, fam. Now you're just flexing.
No, he's rising to the level. I don't think I've ever seen this guy splatted before. Fortunately, there's a new challenge.
And here comes a dude with a steel. Here comes a dude with a steel chair.
No, it's just a knife. Thankfully, no tracking overheads from this bastard. Behold, an enemy fighting you with a corpse. That's a command grab. Literally a jumping command grab from that guy. Respect.
I have no other options.
Yeah. I do love that. Hey, how do we show that this place sucks? These guys are fighting you with literally any garbage that they can pick up. We've had a knife, a spear, and another person.
I'm gonna be taking my time through this area because it is so dark.
He ripped out a guy's skull into being.
That is one of the most annoying enemy types in this game. First, kill this guy.
Just people whacking you from afar on that?
It's specifically what they're whacking you with.
Poison on that?
Nah, worse. Toxic.
Oh.
It is poison, but you actually give a shit.
Poison is inconvenient when you get to this point in the game. Toxic is a problem.
About as big of a problem as Curse on that?
Not that
you
bad.
Just melt.
Curse is instant death with lasting consequences. Toxic is you had a health bar, you looked away for a second, your health bar is now half that because it just drops like a rock. But thankfully, the devs. I will say that the devs knew that of how bad those guys were because they do not respawn.
Okay. Which is like the worst effect? Toxic or bleed on that, do you say?
Toxic.
Toxic? Okay.
Yeah, toxic. Bleed, I feel like bleed happens not as often as you would think. Well, more than you hope, less than you think. And it's an effect that only its effect, as long as you're careful, even if it does proc, won't instantly kill you. Toxic is a consistent problem after it procs, though.
Also, I will point out an environmental thing to keep in mind. Anywhere you see the fire torches is usually where a ladder is.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead, Ace.
I love the Elden Ring version of Toxic Scarlet Rot. That shit is. I think Pat, you are slowly going to learn what Miyazaki really likes.
I know poison swamps is one of the things he loves on that.
He can't stop designing toxic swamps. There's a zone in Demon Souls called the Valley of Defilement.
Gives you this funny stats effect called the Plague.
Yeah, it's not toxic, it's called Plague. Also, that's a guy in a pot right there.
Hello.
Okay.
It's just chilling.
Alright.
This spot was made for him. It's comfortable. This guy just isn't paying attention. Now the camera doesn't know what to do with its life.
Try jumping.
I think the guy broke out of the pot.
No.
Oh no, he's still in there.
Nope, he's
Someone
still there.
else broke the pot.
Not good enough.
Didn't go poorly. Someone's mad trying to get to you. Here's a ladder, back up to a higher level. Someone is swinging violently trying to get to you. Probably the guy that you kicked off that ledge.
Thank you.
You can break this barrier. Honestly, that's breakable.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, doop, doop. Hey, more.
Oh! Shadow Set! You can be a ninja!
That's where the actual ninja was. I think this more or less just leads to a dead end.
Hello.
Hey, he found his way to you. He somehow found the way to you, which means you can make your way to where he ended up.
And now he's back to hell.
Yeah, he'll be back in like 5 minutes.
a good answer.
Heavy.
So you
Jumping
think after
heavy.
you go to a bonfire, just any of the demons, like, souls just get ripped right out of hell back to where they were or anything like that?
Considering the only things
For
that
all-
seem to respawn are supposedly undead demons and anything that doesn't have a soul like a human, I don't know. Maybe.
By a lot of things that have been covered in this series, what actually happens after you die is not really something they ever touch on. The closest thing that happens is in the Elden Ring, but that's a completely different cosmology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even touch into that. It's more it touches on the process of death and shit like that. Because it has this funny thing called a rune of death
Hey, that's a dog.
that someone stole. Oh no, dog.
Red dog. And they hit hard.
No!
Now you're toxic.
Oh, you're toxic! Look at that melt!
Drink fast, and get to the middle of the bridge. Because there is a bonfire.
Like here, or?
I think you... Did you run past it? I think you ran past it.
Fuck. Ah!
Oh, shit.
I have no idea where the hell we are.
Yeah, I've
Hey,
kind of
there's a
lost
guy.
a little bit of plot. Get into safety, drink a drink, kill whoever comes by. You might have some blooming moss to get rid of toxic. You're out of stamina.
Okay.
Alright, one more drink. Hit up your inventory.
Okay,
We're looking for blooming. There, eat.
Okay.
Alright. We'll take a breather. We want to get back. So stand at this torch.
Well, what the hell
Oh,
is
hey.
that?
Don't worry about
we
that.
actually want to kill that guy eventually.
Well, we want to kill every single motherfucker in the room, but we'll not worry about him. Okay, so stand just here, go up this ladder. I think this is actually leading to the bonfire. I may have jumped the gun on it. Yeah, turn around. And then look to your left. Am I mixing this up with another one? Okay, no, we want to go back. So yeah, go back this way. Yeah, there it is. Bonfire right there. You literally ran past it. No, turn around. I'm talking about before. Turn around and get on the middle of that bridge.
Okay.
Turn around. Run!
I think we're continuing to support the evidence of my thesis that none of us can ever give direction.
Okay.
I cannot. I am not a leader. Forward.
Okay.
Walk forward. The lighting in here sucks.
Yeah. Okay, like...
Okay, no, that was a dog cord. So
I could have sworn the freaking bonfire was closer to.
it's on a bridge like this. I remember it.
Is it on this
Where the
other
hell-
side? Is it literally?
There
it's
it
literally
is,
on the
there
other
it is.
freaking bridge. Everything looks the
Oh.
fucking same around here.
Everything
fuck.
is
I hate
the
this
same.
Sit.
Okay.
Ugh, I'm taking a piss after that.
You know what? Let's actually pop a sulfate because we're at 7,000.
Yeah.
So let's pop 2 of these and that. See what we're at.
More than enough.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's even out. Yeah, endurance.
All right.
All right. If you really want to, you can also human up for a moment to upgrade that bonfire to have more charges.
You know
I
what?
think for this zone, it'll be
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, let's do that. So
Go ahead and do a twin humanities because you're going to need 2 anyway.
Okay.
Let's just use 1. All right. Now sit, reverse, then kindle. Yeah, because I took the back way to get my character into Blighttown because I wasn't gonna spend all day working on this. So my memories of this was just Toxic and dogs really close to the bonfire. All right. Yeah, no leaders. So that toxic ass is still going to be chilling around, so just keep moving forward and try and get past these dogs. And this guy. Also, they shoot fire.
Okay.
And I can see the freaking poison or toxic darts firing. And he fires them fast. Like, these are not slow bullets. He is constantly going at it. Like, this is also why these guys suck, because they don't stop. Even archers don't shoot that fast.
Okay.
So yeah, this leads to a dead end, but you do have a ladder that you can take here to get down. I was more stressing the getting to that bonfire because I didn't want to lose that progress. Now that we've gotten that bonfire, honestly, you could freaking fall to your death again and you'll be fine.
Like, you know, that bodes very well for when you guys get to Epic Universe.
Well,
although now I'm also reminded of the fucking incident that occurred literally like 10 minutes when we got to TMG. Where Stefan literally just disappeared.
Yeah.
Hey man, I saw something I wanted to look at and I looked at it.
and then I saw 14 job stones, I think, on the second day, and I was just like, where'd everybody go?
Nice strategy.
I think for Epic Universe we will be fine until one of us decides to look shiny thing, and then we're gonna be fucked at that point. Onto that.
Highly likely.
Let me reset my camera.
I also think it probably helps in real life because we can say in person and point in a direction, hey, look this way, instead of having to have a slight second delay of trying to give vagaries while Pat is still moving forward.
Anyway, huck fireballs at that guy.
No, just leave him alone.
Yeet!
You motherfucker! Worst! Worst!
Don't, Pat, I'm gonna just tell you, save it.
Okay. Just keep hucking.
Like, heal up as you need to, but no sense in getting too anxious about it while we have a bonfire, like, 5 yards away.
Yeah.
Is he actually taking damage? I could have sworn this worked.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
that worked.
His freaking health bar is just really high up. I'm swing you.
It's like, I saw that overhead!
Also, if you look at your statuses, you can get poisoned and toxic at the same time. And if that happens, freaking say goodbye.
You're double melting. That was something I actually did in Elden Ring, because there's a sword that has natural scarlet rot, aka toxic, on it. And you can throw an imbuement on it on top of that with poison. So you're just like, I'm gonna make someone double melt. Anyway, the spider guy actually dropped something.
Yeah, you want to go back.
Yeah, go back, because that guy has something you might be interested in.
Yeah, take a drink. Yeah, delicious. Delicious, Sunny D.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Power Within! A pyromancy.
We will read that later. But yes, that is pyromancy, so your sidearm will be useful for that. And I think you might enjoy that.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, you have to wait for you to stop melting.
Yeah. It'd be nice to stop melting. If you want, you can run back to the bonfire where it's safe.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Mr. Bad.
Thank you! Again.
If we can get to the platform where that toxic bastard is, then we can get rid of him, and this will be an easier experience. Alright, so just go ahead and do Attune Magic, because that way you can look at your items without being prone to danger.
Yeah.
So select your first slot so that we can select an item. And then...
Okay, there we go.
There we go. And then...
Pyromancy of Carmina?
Yes.
Who harnessed the power of the flame to actualize the inner self. Short strength boost and endurance boost, but lose HP. Excessive power eats away at the life force of its caster, and like all dangerous spells, power within what was kept secret for eons. So just power boosts for a bit of your health on that.
Sacrifice your health for more damage on the clock.
Order.
Also, your endurance goes up, so you can swing more often.
Good.
That is for big problems.
Yeah.
Also,
so,
you
like,
currently have only fireball on your pocket. So if you want to have your bigger fireball options, you would have to swap those around.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the bigger fire.
No, it is. No, it is fire orb.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
no, I could have sworn.
Yep.
My bad. So yeah, I'd probably click up so that power within is not your first option. There we go. That way you don't act. That's way you don't look at something and be like, "I want to throw a fireball," and then you just start disintegrating your inner soul.
That dog just breathes fire.
Yeah, they just breathe fire. They do that here.
This is a bad neighborhood.
You ever just ingest so much methane in the air that you start breathing fire?
You.
He's also not only is his status effect annoying, he is a crack shot.
It only takes one little bullet.
Pat, just treat it like another status effect and just get through the zone as you can.
It's just fucking dart hits his ass, and it's just like, you motherfucker.
Unless you block it, you are pretty much guaranteed to get toxic the moment he hits you, unless you have super high resistance, which is a stat not worth having in this game. Yeah, run past this bridge, and you should be safe from the volley for a moment. I heard that freaking dog breathe fire from behind you. Yeah, down here should be a bit safer.
But don't you worry, dogs are omnipresent.
Oh yeah, dogs are the universal truth of From Software games.
Hell, there's another Elden Ring funny thing. That Scarlet Rot status I mentioned. Oh, there's a
Command grab. Remember to hit the bumpers to get out.
I wonder if that gets retooled
No,
into
no,
the
no, 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 no,
sucker grab.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
At least they can't backstab you.
Oh my god. Okay.
But yeah, there are dogs in Elden Ring that can inflict Scarlet Rot.
God.
Yeah. Now it is a fact in this game is that you actually do have the capability to put toxic onto enemies as well, but they're either very specific weapons, command grab, or it involves throwing the poo. Poo is a viable tool.
Wow.
Okay. If that had been going on for a couple more seconds, you would have gotten a 1-up out of it.
Okay.
Although, fair warning, if you get stuck into something like that for too long, there is a failsafe we're just gonna kill you to get you out of there.
Okay.
This is a dead end, Pat, don't worry.
Fuck. Okay. Where do we go from?
There's another toxic bastard shooting at you. Take this way down here. I think this leads to a doorway in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how you're meant to melee the spider.
Yeah,
Or
'cause
whatever
you
the
can
hell
get
that
up
thing
to
was.
you can get up to his approximation of a butt or maybe his face, and then just kill him there.
It could be both. He
be
could have a
both.
butt face.
It could be a butt mouth, an anus mouth.
Dick butt.
Big butt.
Nah. Actually, what did this have come out in the era of dick butt? It was like 20.
Maybe.
But yes, if you are determined, you can throw feces at your opponents to give them the bad poison. But the downside is that every time you throw it, it does leave a bit of toxic residue on yourself. So if you try to use too much, you will also get toxic. However,
Oh shit.
the toxic you get from the poo is actually not as bad as enemy poison or toxic.
Alright,
All right,
boss
Pat.
time.
Alright, Blight Town boss,
it?
let's go. I'm pulling your leg.
No, okay.
This is Dark Souls 1. Fog Gate just means we need to load more zone. Except this entire zone is actually already loaded because FromSoft devs in this era and every era are insane.
Despite this being the problem zone, I hear from the original version of the game on
That water at the bottom of the town is still loaded in, and it is water on a 7th generation console.
Although I think we're close-ish to the bottom.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
Like, I think, yeah, I can see the
I think there's a
from
way
here.
to... I think there's a way to drop onto that
Whoa!
platform.
What the hell?
That is a demon. Big old fly demon with a fire whip that it sends out. Or a chaos whip, actually. But yeah, now that we're seeing these things, we're getting closer to the ground.
Cannot backstab, okay?
Yeah, it's not.
That's not...
You what?
That's a lot of back, but not quite in the human sense.
Okay, so it's only humanoid enemies you can backstab on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you think it's human, it can probably be backstabbed.
Okay.
Another one.
You motherfucker! Where?
They are everywhere in here. But this one you might be able to run to. Yeah, follow this bridge. You might see... Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Little
There's
bastard.
the asshole!
You
Die!
And you want to know how they're real bastards? They only give you regular poison cure, not... Oh, there's another item there. You didn't take it all. They only give you the cure for regular poison, not they're toxic.
Falchion, we could see
Oh,
later.
DS2 weapon.
Falchion, I can't believe it. We have the legendary weapon of Marth Fire Emblem.
We have it. One of the best starting weapons in DS2. That guy's just waiting.
Yeah.
Two guys are
Two of
waiting
them.
for you.
You!
They were camping!
Yeah, they...
It's like, hey, prank him, Johnny, prank him!
Yeah, not really much you could have done there, unfortunately. Well, there's one less toxic guy in the world. On the other hand, you are now next to the other toxic guy in the world, so have fun. At least you know the general path that you need to take.
Yeah. So admittedly, I'm not sure how viable running past them is in this,
They will catch up eventually. Well, if you never truly stop, then most of the enemies actually won't be able to catch you very well. Well, that requires you to be intimately enough with the zone that you know where you're going and are not able to slow down.
Yeah.
It's like, what got going on here? This is a good speed run of, like, I just need to get to my next spot. And not everyone knows how to use ladders, thankfully, so, yeah. See, you're pretty much already back.
see that
And
bastard.
what we just saw... Yeah, and what we just saw there is why these games are speedrun crack for people.
Yeah, at some point we need to show you the you fucking fuck.
If you attack on a ladder, you can kick him, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Heavy attack, heavy attack.
Ow.
I think it's light attack goes up, heavy attack go down.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, he died. He fell off the freaking ledge. Good for him.
Let's go! Yeah, I think this animation gets reused for the brain suckers in Bloodborne.
Probably.
I mean, I think I was seeing animations in Elden Ring from fucking Demon Souls.
Okay.
If it's in the bank, why abandon it?
It's the RGG philosophy of animation reuse. It still works. Should I mark that one down as like the Blighttown
The
Backstreet Gang?
Blighttown special.
Unfortunately, we did not kill the one up there, but there's one less bastard out there.
Yeah, there.
You know an enemy is a problem when the devs are like, no, that doesn't respawn.
Yeah.
Just mark
You
on that
killed
one.
it, it's gone.
I guess while I'm making my way back, I did have a question for you guys. Like, for you guys personally, you know, I'm doing a strength build right now for this, obviously, but what game would you say is probably the best to do a caster build on, do you think? for
DS2.
Fromsoft? DS2?
DS2.
DS2 is pretty good for casting, yeah.
Yeah, DS2 has your whole pick of magic, because it introduces a fourth magic school called Hexes.
Ooh.
Is in addition to Pyromancy's Miracles and Int, which all kinda, if you build Hex, you build all of them, honestly, because of the way Hex scales.
Like, there's a couple of things that would become hexes in this game, but they gave it a much more solid identity once you get into the later games.
But yeah. Elden Ring is also another one that's pretty caster-friendly.
Yeah.
Especially given... They turned the Fuck You Magic Laser in DS3 into an actual viable spell with actual Black Mage ley lines to boot.
I'll honestly tell you, these guys, you can kind of just attack aggressively in the front, and you'll probably stun lock them out of their attacks.
Okay.
With my spear build that I'm running right now, these guys, I'm able to just stab the hell out of them, and they'd never get a chance to attack me.
But yeah, DS2 is probably the most mage-friendly one, because building attunement also builds agility for some fucking reason, which is a can of worms I don't want to talk about today.
No, we are a little safe here, so I do wanna the falchion.
Have a little read. Press the X to see.
Small curved sword. Each hit inflicts damage, but fluid chain attacks are more deadly. Falchion sharp attacks are effective against cloth and flesh, but not against metal, armor, tough scales.
It's a dex weapon too.
It is a dexterity weapon. This thing is trash.
In this game, it is trash. In DS2,
Jesus.
Yeah, if you want big axe, and even then you can go bigger axe. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd still say the best thing for right now is still your Wildhander.
Yeah, maybe that great axe one day. Maybe.
If you want to switch around with what your R2 is, then switch different weapons, but your Zweihander will do you very well.
Yeah, we're actually about to pick up some weapons you might be interested in.
Alright.
So yeah, you killed this guy, you got the set and the falchion off of this corpse. I don't think for your purposes the armor set that was on it will be very helpful. I honestly forget what it is. I think it may be like one of the Eastern themed ones.
So we just got the ninja one onto that. That wouldn't surprise me.
This guy's just stuck behind a ladder.
Well,
also, there's just giant mosquitoes. They just hang around.
Nice pancake.
Yeah, don't have to worry about trying to get behind these guys. Yeah, those mosquitoes are just around.
They're just decoration.
I mean, they'll kill you, but they are around. We have to remind you of, like, hey, this place is filled with disgusting garbage. And also, if you want to think about it, hey, maybe those flies eventually turn into these giant fly demons or something. Or the fly demons base their designs off of the mosquitoes. Or when demons came to be birthed into this world, some of those flies were nearby and then they got turned into it.
Oh, this is the poison swamp. I see.
Welcome to the swamp.
Hey, Pat. Don't
Remember
worry
that
about
ring
poison. Also, yes, put on that ring.
Well, once you
this is
take
where
it,
you
guys.
Yeah, this is where you have to just kind of be okay with being poisoned.
Like so.
But as you can see, the damage is so light at this. We're gonna go this way. You're gonna want to hug the right side of the structures, but feel free to go get that item first.
Yeah, it might be good to do a lap around this place, as you tend to do with poison swamps.
But first, we want to get you to an important place. First, kill these stupid flies.
I think my man tried to give me syphilis.
Yeah. Alright, go over to where that enemy is glowing. There's a bonfire right there on your right.
Bonfire, 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 bonfire!
Go. And touchdown!
Boop, 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 boop.
There's a dude behind you.
There we go.
Oh, never mind! It works.
Freaking ducked under his freaking chaos whip. Alright, so yeah, go up to the top of this cave. There's some stuff for you. Behold, one of the many Fight Club zones in Dark Souls 1.
I love me a good Fight Club.
Look at this trap room.
Yeah, I hate touching that.
I mean, you should.
You should touch that, but like, look at this room that, by all other designs, you would think either an enemy would show up, a boss could be in here, or like an invader would show up. But no, it's just a place where the dragon scale is.
Okay.
And there's even a ladder to get out.
Even if you were human, like nothing happens in this particular spot.
Huh.
So go ahead and go back to the bonfire and let's have a read at that crafting material.
Yeah, I like me a good fight club.
I appreciate when it's very obvious for people to be like, "This is where we go."
Yeah, there's another spot in. There's a similar spot in
go ahead and
DS3 right after. It's an upgrade material.
Yeah.
Dragon scale. Dragon scale for reinforcing dragon weapons. Peeled from an ancient dragon. A dragon is inseparable from its scales, and the transcendent apostles who seek the perpetuity of ancient dragons have crossed the very end of the earth to seek invaluable treasure.
Dragons are kind of cool, despite the fact that humanity came into being to kill the dragons. Or at least that was the first thing they saw, which was like, hey man, fuck you dragons. Why are you so cool and ethereal? I take issue with that. Why you gotta be like that?
And then motherfucking see the scalers got all jealous, like I ain't got no scales, so what did humanity with? Lightning.
Well, yeah, that's been explained at this point. Don't want to say too much.
This is the way out, I believe.
This leads to the back door, so I'm actually going to tell you to not go up this way right now.
Okay.
I will actually recommend go back to the bonfire and human up.
Oh, okay. Forget that you cannot do it on there. Okay.
Yeah, you can't do that in any game. You do have to be in active gameplay to be able to do it.
All right.
All right. Now you make your way back to where you were headed.
On the way out, or?
Well, just this general direction.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Behold, a reference. I think she's behind you.
Yeah, she'll come to you.
Yeah. Once her pathing figures out what she's doing. She was in the distance behind you, Pat.
Yep, I saw her. There she is.
Yep, she's coming.
I just take concern with you having an enemy in your vision, and you're like, I'm gonna turn around. Good fight.
Nice job. Thanks, lady. See you later.
Yeah, so she's gonna drop some stuff.
Yeah, so take her shit.
Take
The butcher knife.
And her knife.
You might like that weapon. It's another strength-based
Rox
one.
So first we'll read the butcher knife, and then I will explain the reference.
All right. Giant butcher knife wielded by the undead man eating cook lurking in the depths. More of a tool for subduing and preparing live catches than an actual weapon. Those who have faced this deadly blade have a deeper sense of how helpless prey must feel.
So, that is Maneater Mildred. She is in reference to actually two characters from Demon Souls. One she is in reference to is the Executioner from the first zone in the game, who can only be fought when you have maximum positive or light world tendency. We'll get into that much later if we ever play Demon Souls. But it's also a reference to one of the wandering spirits inside of the Valley of Defilement who will ruin your shit. I died at least 10 times just trying to kill her in my playthrough of Deaths. She has high health, she has high damage, and she is coming for you.
Alright, so keep
Yeah,
going this
so-
way at this point, or?
Yeah, just
That
do a
is-
lap around.
Alright.
Yeah, that is
Place.
general progress, but yeah, if you just follow the edges, do some good wall hugging, you'll find most items in the game.
Yeah, the Great Machete is it's an all-in on strength weapon, and it's considered pretty good.
Yeah, it did
It's
feel
like-
about the same weight-wise as the fly iron, though, onto that.
Spyhander.
Fly-hander. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure what you just said was something very different in German.
I think he just called me a pig dick.
I don't think that's what Zwei translates into. You're stretching. Spiderwebs, huh?
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
We could poke our heads in here. Say hello to Quaylag's domain.
Oh, this is a
Welcome,
different...
welcome to the Kellogg's factory. This is where they make the cornflakes.
Oh, God.
Look, it's the workers.
Oh my god.
The workers have been implanted with parasites inside their backs to make sure they work more efficiently. You're here for life.
Oh, no.
Hey, Pat.
I think we're not
Don't bo-
aggressive.
I don't think you should bother those guys. They were minding their own business.
Okay. No.
And now, and now a word from our sponsor.
Trying to judge where that was so I could just run across to that area.
Dead ahead.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
You
I
look
see
into
it.
you look at the distance. You can very clearly tell where it is.
Oh yeah.
I will want you to human up before we fight the boss of the zone, though.
Huh?
But we'll worry about that later once you've collected most of the stuff.
I've marked that one down as a worm from our sponsors.
Excellent.
Woo!
Yeah, these guys are just throwing rocks.
Oh!
And they
The
throw hard.
boulder!
Go.
Also,
I
he
just
is. You could only hear it, but he was doing one of his other attacks after you.
Ah!
And here comes the Undertaker with a steel chair!
Oh, Pat, run! Go into that. Run away. Don't roll too aggressively, because they might
I
just
need
catch you on wake up.
I need to heal. Okay.
They're just
Just
rolling
run
down.
in.
Go.
Run in, grab your souls.
Go.
I don't think they come this far in, but
Maybe
just
keep an eye
keep running.
behind you.
Yeah,
And don't touch the workers. They are literally not gonna bother.
yeah, they're fine.
They're chill.
All right. Hey, a bell.
The bell and the fog gate. Do not go in yet.
I think you know what combination of bell and fog gate means.
Cheers ahead.
Here's the head.
Yeah. We
Very
will
accurate.
come back to that.
So yeah,
I'm
before
assuming
we
that's
actually,
a boss fight.
before we progress, yes, before we progress, let's just look at these poor sods. Like, yeah, because they are passive. Just look at them. These guys are just filled to ridiculous bursting with worm things, and yet they're just laying on the ground praying to whatever's beyond that fog gate. That is some commitment that I don't agree with. Also, the guys are like, "Oh wait, he's back! Go get him! Get him! Get him!
Oh
Get him!"
shit!
Nope.
Freaking SpongeBob left his house. Now the gorilla can go kill him.
Back in Blight then.
Oh, you never
Thank you.
left, clearly. Thank you, Root. Thank you, Tree.
Thank you, great tree.
I love you, kitchen
Oh,
gun.
Bang! 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 Oh, we'll get the bloodboard eventually.
Of course we will.
I mean, I said it.
That is clearly the next on the docket.
Yeah, I've said for a while I want to do Bloodborne next onto that for FromSoft, but I want to throw a question. Oh god.
Oh, he would also like
He
to
did
throw
not-
something at you.
Okay, fine. Ah!
There.
Yes. What questions do you have for us, Patrick?
Okay, fine. We found the bloodborne hater onto the. Okay.
Actually, Pat, I am going to recommend change out your poise ring for the rusted iron ring so that you can move faster.
Okay.
So remove wolf and put on rusted.
Good throw on that guy, by the way. Can we give a shout out to that guy? Like, goddamn.
Oh, look, an item. It's just some guy. He died, and then they stripped the clothes off of his ass.
Well, at least it looks like I'm almost done with a full loop around at this point.
There's still a lot of zone behind you.
Big stick! That's the other weapon. I was like, I think you might like this.
That's a pretty good Unga Bunga weapon.
In fact, it's considered one of the best weapons, especially if you're doing a soul level 1 or no level up run.
Yeah, just your base stats. Now, those mosquitoes will follow you until the end of the earth. They basically encompass the whole zone, so you can run as much as you want. They will find you eventually.
Oh, leech!
Slug! Check its corpse. And this is where the second grind begins.
Oh,
we are now getting tier 2 material. Oh,
also, that's where the pyromancer died in canon.
Poison mist. You like poison?
Do you like inflicting poison onto your enemies so you have a constant dot going on? If so, that's the tool for you, assuming the boss or enemy doesn't just kill you as you're casting it.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's for magic builders onto that.
Well, pyromancy, so yeah.
I mean, it'll work for you if you really want to huck poison at someone, but there are probably better options.
Yeah.
Poison's probably at its best when you can basically set and forget it.
Or if you're so far outside of an enemy's range that you can pelt them with arrows and they will just be like, huh, I just got hit with an arrow. That's weird. Yeah, don't even need to bother with pyromancy for these guys. Pillage the rewards. We'll probably be able to get your Zweihander up to level 10 before we're done with the zone. Unfortunately, you can't really tell where the item is on their boxes because of the wiggle.
Just kind of gotta mash A after beating one of them up.
Later games make it easier to tell when an enemy drops an item, because usually they'll have their little soul explosion when you get their souls will be much bigger if they drop an item.
Also, were better about having the item glow effect actually be on top of the body rather than kind of in it.
Yeah.
It was clear that it was kind of designed more around the human enemies rather than any of the monsters. So in this case, it's just like, what's the center? What's like the spinal equivalent for this enemy? We'll put it there, and then it doesn't account for all the rest of their features.
And I'm poisoned again. I'm never getting this poison out of my fucking trousers.
That other one wasn't even doing nothing.
Slug.
Alright, slug death. 84.
You've cleared out a good portion of that side of the zone, I'll be honest.
84? My count tells me 87.
87?
Yeah, because we've had Gravity again, Blighttown Gravity, Chaos Bug, the Blighttown Backstreet Gang, a worm from our sponsors, Rockman, and now Slug.
Okay, then I will update it afterwards, my bad. Hello, slugs! How are we all doing this fine evening?
grinding these guys is what really teaches you to not bother with poison, because it's just a constant annoyance at most.
You know,
It's definitely better to grind these guys rather than try to farm out souls to then purchase the currency from the related vendors, because they're expensive.
Yeah.
In this economy? I think
the economy
I'm
is whatever people want it to be.
I think my soul's made out of.
My soul?
Souls. So your soul is made out of souls. That's all it needs to be.
That is a very that is a danger chug.
I was very much having to change your chug on that. Really? Nothing for that one? Come on.
It is RNG. I know
Someone
people have figured out what the drop rates are, but I don't know them off the top of my head.
I've seen several videos about like what's the best spot for a beer in like oh nice server in say Mario Sunshine and Sonic Adventure.
Mhm.
I want to see what's the best beer spot for fucking Dark Souls.
Undead Parish is probably pretty good if you want to like have a decent view. Lots of vistas.
You think the undead merchant in the Berg likes beer?
He probably did at some point.
Oh, I
Seems
definitely.
like
Oh,
the type.
Andre's also another good spot. I feel like Andre would really like a good beer.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if we can make it back to the bonfire before I fucking die.
Well, your poison's about to run out and then come back immediately.
Yeah, you're fine.
Unless you're goaded. Nice job. Alright, I think that was about everything to see around here.
Yeah, there's something else we can go check out, but I think the direction of the boss would be better suited for you at this time.
Anyway, let's take a look at that Great Club.
Yeah.
Because You want big stick? Big stick.
Great club. A giant tree branch that serves as a wood club smashes enemies upside the head. The leaping attack is a trademark of clubs, and this giant club is no exception.
Simple.
So it
To the
requires
point.
28 strength to one hand, but you can easily two-hand it. Big stick.
Oh God.
Do you want to use big stick?
Are you in the mood of big overheads?
Okay, so this might not be a bad boss weapon onto that, but admittedly, we don't get a whole lot of horizontal off of this one on that.
Yeah. I mean, some of those
Weapons are-
swings are deceptively big. But yeah, big stick is considered one of the best strength weapons, like if you're building pure strength.
Okay, so let's see. How much more strength do we need for...
Actually go to the item in the
okay, so
28 strength, one hand.
Okay, so only 3 more we would need onto that.
If you're okay with two-handing it, you could always throw on the Grass Crest shield.
Then you would be in a mindset of like either pure two-hand and only dodge rolling, or being able to whip out the shield to then do a block when you feel you need it.
I do like my shield.
I think shield playthroughs are very valid for a first playthrough because it allows you the chance to take in the enemies, the world, and the patterns, and that allows you to then be comfortable enough to then start to expand your evasive options. But there are some enemies where dodging will be better in conjunction with your shield. I like that good balance of having both shielding and dodging options.
We'll try this for a little bit on that.
All right, so
Bear in mind it's not upgraded yet, so...
yeah. So it's not going to do quite as much damage as your Zweihander at its maximum, but it does still do big damage.
Yeah,
well, let's actually.
If you have some spare small Titanite around,
It doesn't seem like much, unfortunately. Or at all, because we spent it all on the Zweihander.
actually, where the hell is this thing? Should be near like.
Yeah, it should be just under like the Zweihander, I believe.
Yeah,
There it is. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it uses normal shards.
Um. Yeah, I
We
spent
can,
all of mine too, so if you summon me, I wouldn't be able to drop you off any.
I guess for now, let's focus on the Zweihander, and we can figure this out later.
Yeah. Though I would like, since only real progress, yeah, you could probably just almost max this thing out. Yeah, just need one more large shard from one of those slugs, and you have the current cap level on your Zweihander.
Woo!
You can do big damage.
Maybe between streams, we should start hucking some of your spare bullshit into the bottomless box.
Okay, I'm trying to remember which was the.
Grass shield is what makes your stamina come back faster.
Okay.
You sacrifice in total physical immunity, but you do get faster recovery times.
So do we want to? So is the next place out of Blighttown or to where that spider cave was?
We are going to Quaylag's.
Spider cave is progress.
Okay.
However, I think Stefan does want to jump in for something cool.
Yeah,
okay.
This is going to be more than just the boss, so that's why I want to do it before I lose the ability to be summoned.
Okay.
So I will set it down just outside the gate. Let me know.
Given what we're also throwing hands with, it might be worth human up.
It'll be right behind you, Pat. I left it inside the area.
Yeah, we also need to human up.
Yeah, you do need to human up. You're still dead.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It might also be worth kindling this bonfire. Given that
yes. Spend that other soul.
Yeah, we do have another humanity, so yeah.
This is a valuable bonfire, even when you're done with Blighttown's first visit.
Because yes, we will be coming back here quite a bit.
There's a lot of stuff to branch off here, so that will be me right there.
Look for the grossly incandescent Brutus with a stick!
This is my stick build. I actually have 2 sticks. And I'll soon have a third. Unfortunately, I'm trying to build for said third stick, and it's a little demanding. Alrighty then. I am here.
Alright.
Allow me to lead the way. Now, technically, I have already changed the world of your game for the better. And it's not just because of my dashing good looks.
Well, that's a stick, but it's a big stick.
I have the pokey stick, you have the hurdy stick. So we're going to go this way, towards this structure.
This one?
Hello, lady.
Woman.
A mere undead, yet you can see me. Fascinating. I am Quaylana of Izalith. I am not often revealed to walkers of flesh. You have a gift. Are you too one who seeks my pyromancy?
Ooh.
Like Solomon?
She is the second pyromancer trainer, and only appears if you have either a +10 pyromancer flame, or you summon someone who has one.
Like me.
You must give something up.
And that's because the game is... Well, I'll let her speak first, because I don't want to talk over it. So, the game is only looking for, in a player's inventory, a +10 pyromancy flame. That means if anyone shows up in the world with a +10 pyromancy flame, including allies or invaders, it checks the code and be like, oh, I see a flame is here. I'm going to spawn the lady. So, this is a pretty important character for lore reasons, as well as just a cool character for your pyromancy stuff. So I wanted to make sure that you could meet her.
Alright.
So as you can see, she has a lot of good stuff.
I'm assuming get Great Explosion onto that.
Oh, let's run down the list.
Alright.
Yeah.
Combustion, great.
I'll go to the very top.
Oh my god, they hit her. Get away.
Yeah, run away from her.
Okay, try talking to her. That should not have been enough to aggro her, but talk to her.
I applaud
Okay.
your
Okay.
diligence.
I'm gonna stay away so that they don't aggro
Alright.
towards you anymore. Because they're
Firestorm.
not supposed to get close enough, but I think me being in the game has made things worse for you.
Primal
in that sense.
Pyromancy, taught by Ilith, erect fire pillars in Cindy. The Storm of the Flame is indiscriminate and incinerates all nearby life. Fire Whip, primary, the roots of pyromancy of combustion, but more difficult to wield. Create a powerful flame in hand. And one of the most basic pyromancies for this very reason, the flame thus created spheres. Improves bond combustion, great powerful, great flame in hand, great combustion creates a powerful flame, but this sorcerer mock the simplicity of the skill.
That, I'm gonna tell you, get out of your inventory and drink a potion. You're almost dead.
No luck.
Yeah, that's what I was a little worried about. Onto the.
Patience.
Okay, come on.
Don't just. It's the A button, not the B button. That skips dialogue.
I
All right, and then last one is Undead Rampart. Advanced Pyromancy. Charm the undead and gain temporary allies. The living are lured by the flame, and this relationship is part parcel, and the art of pyromancy can be used by either gender.
It's a weird
Yes,
little over. I'm pretty sure that's a leftover from like an early build of the game. But go ahead.
Yeah, there's still a few other things. Like you skipped over completely. Great fireball. Bigger fireball.
Ultimate fireball.
Okay.
It's worth noting that she does sell a few duplicates of some spells you already have.
Yeah.
If you want more uses of a spell, you can double up using multiple slots.
So, what do you recommend
spells
I grab?
I would recommend. See, Great Combustion could be good if you just want close range fire damage, which that can be useful. I would probably recommend either doubling up on Fire Orb if you so choose, or getting Great Fireball.
I think Great Fireball, and I can
No
just
luck.
pop.
Well, young pupil.
Yeah, you have some
must
proud souls.
patience.
She is, and like the other Pyromancer trainer, she is capable of upgrading your Pyromancy Flame, and hell, she can do it better.
She can over upgrade it. Thankfully, I killed all the mosquitoes, so you don't have to worry about anything.
So, how many do we? It was 20,000.
That's like multiple level ups for you, man. I don't know if you want to grab it right now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
20,000.
that's a little out of
That
our
is-
price range right now.
Yeah, that is like multiple level ups.
No
Let's save that for another
Okay.
visit.
Well, young
We can also, however, we can modify equipment.
But do not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She can
so-
up.
But that might be
Ah,
10k at the point he's at, I believe.
Okay.
Oh no, 7k.
Little
So
shot.
you can upgrade it a little bit further, but I think
No
we can
luck.
save that for a dedicated
Well,
visit.
young
All right.
people, you must have patience.
What's important is that she is
Do not
here.
keep me
But the
waiting
big
much
thing
longer.
about this character. So she mentions that she trained Solomon the Great Pyromancer.
Mm-hmm.
That is a master of legend to Laurentis back home, which means that the origins of the entirety of pyromancy, as far as humankind knows it, came from her. She is probably the biggest deal when it comes to pyromancy in the universe, as far as we know it at this time.
And you can
And
just
she's just hanging
not.
out in a swamp. She is just hanging out in a swamp doing nothing with her time. We'll put a pin in that for later because that is actually important for other details. But yes, that is what we have to go with information we have picked up.
Alright.
All right, so if we want, we can just book it to the spider hole and go fight the boss,
Yeah.
or we can trek it slowly.
Let's go.
La di da di da di da 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 da. I took a hit for you.
Rock launch. Ha!
I think they aimed at you and it hit me because I was behind you. Thank God this is remastered because I can actually drink a... Alright, so before we go into that fog gate, I do recommend eating some regular poison heal so that we don't have to deal with dots on top of boss shenanigans.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
So we got our guys here, but we also have actually another neat little detail. Oh, we have an invader showing up.
Don't worry about it. You should.
John Dark Soul. Let's just get through the gate.
Yeah,
But
he'll
as you
go
can see-
away.
Oh,
Hi, Mildred.
yeah, John Dark Soul is coming to ruin our day. Yeah, he's just playing an ultra poise build. Get out of here, John Dark Soul.
Get out.
If you're a viewer, hi. If you're not,
Yeah.
oh well. He does drop some stuff after you kill him.
Okay.
Every time you kill an invader, you get some free humanity out of it.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, if you fight Mildred, you can summon her as an assistant. She's just for the love of the game, man. She wants to fight and kill anything.
Look, I don't care what it is.
Weird random spider lady. Sure.
Well,
Alrighty.
who's to say it's a spider lady?
Let's go. It's a spider something.
That is
Good.
a spider on fire.
What? Okay, what's the face look like?
You don't get
Just
a good
a
look at
woman. Anyway, Chaos Witch Quailag time.
it. Hey, it's Kellogg. So yeah,
Okay.
Spider Woman.
Any back attacks, bigger?
God no.
No.
Back is a good place to hit her because that's where most of her swings are not coming. But she does have some options to deal with it.
Yeah, I do believe hitting her human spot is an actual weak point.
Ah.
Yeah. So if you can aim high, then it does good stuff. You cannot lock onto it, so you'd have to manually aim. And also, you just use magma.
Eh.
Like many bosses in this game, trivialized if you have allies because of aggro. Mildred is not the smartest.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah,
This is a pretty good fight by yourself, so I don't feel bad about you dying with me helping. But I got you I got you our pyromancy master, and now you're set for some runs.
Alright.
So yeah. If you want me to help proper, we will try again. But there you go.
Let's see how this goes regularly first on
Oh, also, when you get to the fog gate, go ahead and put back on your wolf ring so that you can
Oh.
have your big poise.
big boys, big boys. I'm a big boy!
Yeah, this is a very comfortable run when you have the iron ring on.
Alright.
So
All
was
right.
the spider a separate entity, or did she or did like her legs literally turn into separate spider?
I interpret it as, well, you could take it as either way. It either could be, yeah, a separate entity which just melded to her and the other entity became the spider.
Also, are we at 88 now is it at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
I prefer to interpret it as it may have been a separate entity because the spider is clearly separate from the woman. Like, it's not like a freaking centaur where it just is spider legs on the back of a woman's body. Like, no, that is a completely separate monster that he controls. gonna spew. Yeah. You have to be careful about staying in front of her for too long when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna spew again. Good dodge. Yeah, geometry.
Geometry, let's go!
Big combo. Now I'll make note that this is not simple fire that she is throwing at you. This is chaos fire.
Oh!
That includes body explosions. And she actually has an animation where she reaches down and tells the spider to do the thing, which once again adds credence to the fact that the spider is a separate entity. But also, you can interpret it as something like her telling like, "Alright, let loose the gas."
Fuck.
That's got some good range. You have to respect it.
Okay. Okay. The only thing I'm a little worried about is just the amount of poison items we're gonna be running out of on,
And honestly, in real talk, there will be a point where you just don't even worry about the poison anymore, and you just tank it. You'll know the boss so much that that'll be most of the damage you take, if it gets to that point.
Yeah, we're not going to get proper ways to use Chaos Fire for quite a while, but I guess I can explain it now. Think of it kind of an upgrade of Fire. Here, Fire normally just gets rid of all of your scaling on a weapon if you infuse it. Chaos adds a new scaling to it in addition to the fire damage. Humanity scaling. Which means the more humanity you have, the better your damage.
Ah.
It's actually, in fact, the weapon you're holding right now, with Chaos on it, nutty. Of course, we're probably not going to be going with that.
Probably not.
Because
And
you
if you want
probably
to
should
take it
have...
into... I'm trying to go into like lore stuff, so feel free to continue your gameplay stuff to finish it out.
Yeah, it's just like... It's Chaos damage is something that's much more better once you have a knowledge of the game and just die less and can stock humanity more often. But yeah, lore.
Yeah, so if you want to take it for some of that interpretation of... Fire is a primal thing in this universe, and it is something that comes with what life is. But what happens if you take that flame and make it stronger than was ever intended? That's how you get to chaos. And the fact that it gains so much of its strength from your own humanity means that you could take it as a way of it literally just feeding off of your own human power to make your weapon stronger.
Ah!
And that is the downside with Power Within, is that you basically have to be in lock-in mode, otherwise you're going to start taking that damage much faster.
I mean, it also doesn't help that you're double melting.
Yeah. That on top of poison is not going to do you a lot of favors.
Yeah,
Well,
congratulations. Right now, the biggest thing I'm trying to figure out is when can I actually attack her onto that, because it does seem like she's just kind of able to keep that one sword combo going for as long as she wants on that. That's
not as much as you think. I think at most it gets into a 3-hit combo if she leads into it. But what's mostly catching you is the fact that her follow-up attack is spew from the spider, and you don't know its tails quite yet. The big thing you need to keep track of when it comes to spider attacks is that it'll either rear up or she will lean down to talk to it, and that's when it'll start doing a move.
Alright, is the lean down one the explosion on that, or...?
Not always. It just means the spider is going to do something. So good logic to keep with that is to just back away in general.
Yeah.
Days like this where I wish the spell Flame Cleanse Me from Elden Ring was in this game.
Yeah, it's just something that can get rid of your status effect.
Yep. Most importantly, in Elden Ring, it gets rid of Scarlet Rot, which makes, I think, a goddamn necessity in...
Oh, that's fun.
In, like, Rot. Yeah, what the hell is that interaction?
So, he got hit as he was next to a ledge. so it triggered him to do a fall off a ledge animation while he was getting hit by the lava. So yeah, and that's the full combo swing. She'll sometimes end it with a stab rather than a... Yeah, that stab. She'll sometimes end it with that instead of that third proper swing. Usually if she talks to it, treat it like the body explosion, because it'll be safer to take it as that. Yeah, okay, she taps it if she wants it to spew fire, big fire. And she'll lean down to whisper in his ear to do the body explosion. You can block all of these, by the way. You might have the Greskra shield on, but you can still block.
Oh, wait.
Body explosion.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was locked into the animation at that point. I was like, shit.
That is why people that play Dark Souls and Monster Hunter are of similar ilk.
It
I
almost
see the
looks like a
animation, but I press the attack. It does look a little bit like it if you're not sure what you're looking for.
I
she's a
ran
good
up to
boss.
the bad girl while she was crying, and then she insta-killed me. What the hell happened?
And then if I don't fall for her tricks, she just humps because she's a brat, I guess. And also a nothing character, but apparently one that had enough horny fan art that they brought her back for the third game, I guess.
Wait, lag?
No, I'm talking about freaking Bad Girl.
Oh, bad girl. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about DS3 again.
I thought you were referencing Bad Girl because of stagger into an instant kill.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was talking about, but I thought you
so
were
I just
bashing
followed the
DS3 again.
Nah, man.
But yeah,
I have,
I do
I
like
have preferential issues and story issues with Dark Souls 3, but it's still a fine game.
DS3 would be the DS3 stream will be interesting given Stefan and I's very different opinions.
Yeah, I like Bloodborne just as much. My issues with Dark Souls 3 is mostly just was like, you want to be Bloodborne, but you're pretending to be Dark Souls, and it's just like, just commit to the bit.
Very much of a MK11. You're just an Injustice game in disguise on that.
Pretty much.
Some bosses are basically stripped straight out of Bloodborne, essentially, or at least have the speed of Bloodborne, while DS3 is still not quite there yet.
Yeah.
They definitely rein it more in with Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are some bosses that are still Bloodborne's fast, but the player characters just buck as a general higher power level to compensate. Oh!
Dark Souls, yeah, that was real close. Dark Souls 3 is trying to call back to the popularity of Dark Souls 1, but still being the design philosophy of Bloodborne. I just went through the entire series in that freaking mess up statement, and I feel like that's kind of a mix that is jarring. It feels like it's in conflict with its own design ultimately. You can technically block that. It won't stop all the damage, but it will mitigate some of it.
Okay, maybe block the final hit.
I mean, if it's just the full thrust, then you can probably just move.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a matter of recognizing it.
What do you think
And
for
back to the wall.
What do you think for moving on that?
Well,
It's
when she does
literally-
the stab.
Yeah.
Oh, when
The
she does
stab
the
specific.
Okay.
Yeah, because, like, generally, thin, long hitboxes are best dodged by just moving sideways, not even rolling.
Yeah.
That is
Do you think you
one
gotta
of
be
the-
running for that specifically?
Sometimes. But-
Sometimes it helps, yes.
Because I forget, you're not able to run while you're locked on, right? On the or
You can, but I think it's trapped into the cardinal directions.
But if you're circling a boss, that still helps. Goddamn.
Yeah. You know, as you do. Dark Souls boss runs are such a funny vibe because you're just kind of going for a light jog into a stroll, and those sorts of enemy attacks just passing by the back of your head, and you're just like do, making my way to progress.
Fuck Ancient Dragon in his boss run.
This is what you get for wanting to piss off the optional boss, you bastard.
Still, DS2, did you have to make me vulnerable when going through a fog wall?
Yeah, that was one of the
feel like
biggest
this-
changes. It was just like, that was just rude.
Like, I feel like the second I hit that confirm button on a fog wall, it should be boss, go, nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could not lock. It was not locking on. You rude. Let me get back to my souls.
You don't deserve them.
Sometimes you're just gonna have to consider souls drop during a boss a lost cause, especially if it's like 2.
It's a fine number for now, because that is almost a level up. Fire explosion.
Ugh.
Okay, he's gonna spew. Okay, good. Nope, just vomit. This is the downside of being up in the backside of the spider, is that if you can't see what she's doing, you won't be able to tell what it's doing.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's just vomiting.
Alright.
Single vomit. Nice. Yeah, this boss has a lot of area denial.
Yeah, but luckily she has a big enough boss room that you can't kite her elsewhere.
Yeah. Just a little vomit.
Oh,
And
new
a side
vomit.
vomit. I don't know how that projectile circumference works, but we'll deal with it.
Yep. Yeah!
There you go.
Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad on that one.
Oh, no.
But
She-
especially
she is a
helpful.
boss. She is.
Especially
She is a
helpful
boss.
that I realized like, I'm not getting much out of my shield. I might as well just dual wield on this one.
And there you go.
All right. How many deaths are we at now on that?
That we are currently at 92 with 5 total to Quailag.
Okay. All right.
But alrighty. Honestly, I was expecting us to get to Quailag, but not beat her. But this works very well.
Amazing chest.
Amazing.
Boobies.
Burb.
Yeah, ha. Yeah, her tits are out.
The Burbies. The tits are. How?
What do you mean?
Okay,
What do you
no,
mean how?
I was thinking of it like a blood stain. I was just like, how did you die?
I thought you were questioning the fact that he was just naked with a katana.
thought you were
Oh,
questioning-
it's
I thought you were
let me
questioning.
solo her on that.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's let me solo her. Alright, so with that, Pat has acquired the second Money in the Bank briefcase and has earned his right into the Royal Rumble!
Mhm. Oh, yeah, big dude.
That is a giant.
Second
And he has
bell.
one job.
Open
Oh,
the
right.
gate!
Oh, it's my onion dude.
We get to say hi to Onion Man. Oh god, we might be going there tonight. Ah!
We can poke our head in, yeah.
Homeward bone.
Alright,
But
but
we will not go homeward. We will go downstairs with the stairs conveniently over here.
So,
Yeah, have a run over here.
Okay, now we're in the Mexico filter at this point.
It's more red than yellow.
On fire!
welcome to the demon room.
To the demon ruins.
So this is where all those demons are coming from.
So you could buy that great fireball from Quilana if you want to. Or you could get a bunch of level ups.
Oh, that's 2 level ups on that shit.
It
The
is
economy
becoming
is
costly.
ramping up.
I think actually let's do the 2 in strength onto that because that will put us really close to being able to use the club at that point.
Honestly, if you have another Proud Knight Soul and a little bit of extra, you can get that 3rd level up and get right to the club if you want to play around with it.
Alright.
So yeah.
We got a lot
yeah,
of
you-
Proud Knight souls.
Yeah, use a large Proud Soul, and I think that'll hit you at the right point. Perfect.
Big stick.
Big stick.
So yeah, I would say have a look around at this environment, but these Eggmen are a little less kindly than the
Some
other
are
ones.
passive, some will aggro.
Yeah. Yeah, thankfully these immediate ones are friendly, so you can just look over the edge.
Have a look at your right, actually.
Yeah, that's your left. That is a lot of magma. Just just get some good looks around.
Oh boy.
Also, pan up a little bit, like a little to the left. Stop. You can see something moving over there,
Where?
Yeah,
right above
look-
where your soul count is.
Yeah, bottom right-hand corner.
Oh, what the hell is that?
That's a
No.
good question.
We'll talk with him maybe much later.
We'll talk with whatever that is later.
Oh boy.
Maybe it's friendly.
Blech.
Yeah, these guys, however, are aggressive. They do not take kindly to you being here.
They do not appreciate my big stick.
Yeah, normally
Also, those guys are
because
just
of
chilling over there.
normally because of old draw distance and searing eye pain. My God, we need to show you 1.0 freaking Dark Souls with something coming to the lava glow. You would not be able to tell what is beyond the environment.
Hi, Capra. How you doing?
Hey, look, yeah, that's a Capra demon over there,
What's
Pat.
he doing over there?
We
This is
have
his
read.
home.
Yeah, so you know what? That some enemies don't drop a boss soul. Yeah.
And even the merchant said a goat demon is below, and a terrible bull demon is above. Because if you turn the camera and look to Submidula's left, and look across the lava,
Yeah?
those are Tauros demons.
Oh god, come on.
There's like 8 or 9 over there.
So
You're gonna learn quickly, Pat, that the Demon Ruins was designed.
No,
how do
actually,
you-
no.
Where do we even go at this point?
Back
Well,
up, really.
That's boiling hot magma, so I don't think you're progressing here. But Ace, I will actually go against the meme in this case and say, no, actually, this zone was not designed. Because it was very clear that this was where the end of the production cycle was like, we need to close this shit up. We need to go gold next week. This has to stop.
Look, Sony was breathing down our necks last time. We need to go.
which rewatching the what happened video on Demon Souls, it is kind of funny that in a roundabout way, that's how we got Bloodborne onto that. Or it was Sony basically going like.
Did you actually sit at that bonfire?
Yes, because we
okay,
leveled
yeah,
up
you did
from
because you
it.
leveled up. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure we got it locked in.
Okay, so do we just not go in this area right now, or
We can't technically fuck with that thing in the background, but
We can also just leave.
yeah, we can leave. Well, there is still one more thing to do around here. Well, further in.
Yeah, we want to go back to where that round table area was.
Beneath the bell.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
you meant
okay.
where we were going.
yeah? Okay, you said back there. To be fair,
Oh.
He died over here. Where's here? So yeah, go to your stop on the thing. Look to left, like 90 degrees. There.
Look at that little crevice. That's suspicious.
Bonk it. Illusory
No.
wall, baby!
Do not swing.
Do not hit him!
Oh dear, what have we here? Are you a new servant?
Sure.
Sure we are.
Freaking.
You have no eggs. Ah, no matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Hey, look, it's you in another life. Look to your right.
What the hell?
Another one. She does not appear to speak, but she can reinforce your Estus flask, which means, Patrick, what do you think she is?
I'm assuming the same as like the Firekeeper lady.
He is a
Yes.
firekeeper.
She is, in fact, a firekeeper tied to this bonfire right behind you.
Oof.
Try.
But
Honestly,
also has
she could probably use a hug, looking at her current state of affairs.
Yeah, because she's a similar demon to Quailag, but not looking too hot.
And you cannot appear to speak to her, but you can enter a covenant with her. I would recommend you join this covenant because covenants don't matter as much in this game, or rather, this release of the game.
Welcome to the Chaos Earth.
You are now a chaoser.
Yep.
Also-
Great Chaos Fireball!
Read that shit. And what you do to upgrade your status with this covenant is you hand them over humanity.
30 in total, I believe, to at least get everything we would want from her.
Everything of value comes from, level 30.
Okay, I forget. Where's... oh, wait, I gotta do it at the bonfire, right?
It's a spell. It's a spell. Well, you do actually have an inventory spot to look at it, but yeah, it's easier to do just attune magic.
So this shit is a 2-slaughter!
It takes both hands.
Let's see.
Because of that, you might not be able... Okay, there we go.
Are the Flame of Chaos, which engulfed the Witch of Izalith, and her daughters, hurl a giant chaos fireball. The Flame of Chaos can melt stone, producing a short-lived lava glob. Oh, so it's basically what the boss just did on...
Essentially.
Yes.
A lot of chaos-related fireballs and pyromancies will usually leave behind magma. But
Now
yeah, that
that-
shit's a 2-slaughter, so... That means that it's gotta be worth 2 slots. That shit needs to give me a back massage and give me a nice box of chocolates to justify 2 slots.
Now, if we go on to what the actual lore of the box is, so the Chaos Fireball, they have now added some new information about the world in which the Witch of Izalith, the god that
intro.
helped, yes, the character from the intro, one of the 4 kings, functionally, apparently fucked around and ended up getting consumed by a flame of chaos. So whatever that flame of chaos is probably not good if it managed to topple one of the god kings of this universe.
Hey Gwen, I have an idea! Look at these!
Hey, you're explaining too much.
But yeah,
Not there yet.
and
So-
Now,
where and we do not have another Firekeeper soul yet, so...
Yet.
We can get one on the way out. We can also give that to...
You could technically get one on the way out.
Yeah,
by
you can
murking
get one
her.
here by murking her, but we don't want
We're
to
not
do
gonna
that.
But I will want to point you towards an item in your ring inventory. That is nothing, thankfully. If you look at your rings,
It's time
We
for
were
a
just
surprise tool.
we
Oh!
were just talking about witches. Perhaps 2 and 2 may go together.
Throw that shit on and talk with her. Actually,
You did
throw
not
it on.
put it on.
Okay.
So yeah, put that on and see how she feels about that. Maybe it will instill some tragic memories that will make you get the echo.
My dear sister.
Who wants to tell her?
No, this is Patrick.
What is it?
Oh, this is so Madula.
Let's
Keep
check.
talking.
Quaylag, my dear sister. The eggs. It hurts. They've gone still. I am afraid it may be too late. I am so sorry, dear sister.
So,
Fine. I have you, dear sister. But promise me that you will take care of yourself.
so first of all, who wants to tell her? Second of all, as we can take from that conversation, one, it seems that those of extra-legged proportions
Mhm.
can only seem to communicate with each other or through the power of that ring. Maybe the ring that existed on like all of them before bad things happened, and they just kind of melted into their body. Two, she appears to be blind because you are obviously not the boss that you just murked.
Mm-hmm.
How would she even fit in here?
That's a good question. Don't worry about it. And three, what appears to have been going on is she was turned into functionally a brood mother to create a lot of shit. However, that also overlapped with caning humanity to feed their spider babies, which then made her ideal for being a bonfire maiden. However, things have been strapped for them for a while, so not only is she in poor health, every baby is dead around her, and now you just murked her sister, who was probably the only thing keeping her alive.
Sweetie, here, have some humanity. Maybe it'll make you feel better.
Humanity,
Thankfully, in Remastered, you can bulk give these.
Yeah, before you had to do it individually.
uh,
Yeah. So, we'll just keep her in mind down here
Goodbye,
as
Quaylag.
we
Do be safe.
Okay,
posture on what life has now presented to us. And also, if you go talk to the guy over there, now that you've interacted with her, he'll have some new things to speak to you about.
You speak the tongue of the fair lady?
We'll roll with that.
Well, do not be rash with your pride. You have yet to earn my trust. If you try anything funny with the fair lady, there will be hell to pay.
So, you
For
can keep
now-
track. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and read this.
online play item. Check the servants of the Daughters of Chaos. Egg bearer,
Engi.
Ingi keeps this roster of those who have served his master, a daughter of chaos. Engi praises those who offer significant humanity to alleviate his master's suffering, but is the praise from Ingli even worth it?
Now, go into your pyromancy flames. Or not your flames, your pyromancy magic. Well, first of all, modify equipment, actually. Talk to him and modify equipment.
Well, if you...
He is another pyromancer.
Oh!
Yeah, so this is actually the
Now-
third place where you can get a pyromancy flame, if you don't already have one, but there is an intelligence requirement.
Yeah, for him. Now, go into your items for your pyromancies, the actual pyromancy items themselves. Which if you do browse and then go to the cloth icon, yeah, go to Poison Mist and read up its details again.
Unique pyromancy created by energy considered a Eric, even by the Great Swan. Eric, even by the Great Swan, creates poison mist. Enegi became a egg-bearing undead who serves a deformed young girl who speaks an unintelligible tongue.
So, first of all, this is how you would learn to probably not swing at this guy the moment you see him. Secondly, this guy is renowned. He is a powerful pyromancer who was able to create poison spells, taking pyromancy to a level that people would refuse to do because they thought poison sucks. This guy is a big deal. He is not an insignificant person, but he was so enthralled by these spider women that he decided to take this fate to protect them and to help them.
I mean, the fair lady seems pretty chill, so...
I don't know about Quaylog.
Yeah, Quaylog's a whole other thing. Like,
maybe we just got her on bad terms. Maybe if we had came in with something like a gift, like in a freaking dating game, maybe she would have talked to us a bit more.
when she talks of chocolates, that shit melts the second I take it out.
So this guy may seem pathetic and kind of hilarious to look at, but he is actually a pretty interesting person to dissect.
But yeah, I think that basically does it for Blighttown for now.
Yes. Our
Which
next
means it's
stop will be to take the back route out and return to our home base, and then we can go onwards towards the gates.
We can advance.
Also, that light. Also, turn around and look at the switch again. God, that texture is not meant to be lit this way. Look at the actual switch. Like, look at this thing. They fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell what key on the keyboard the character is about to type on?
And what is the interactable object here?
Just really hitting that this is the area where development had to start getting shit to that point.
I don't know about that in particular, but I think them remastering the game fucked with the lighting engine. I think that one's a blame of the remaster, not the original game. So yeah, apparently everyone here with spider eggs are loyal followers of the spider women.
They willingly chose to do that to themselves.
Which makes you wonder how shit their lives may have been beforehand, that this was a better fate.
Considering that they live next door to Blighttown, I imagine the housing market in there is better.
It's probably pretty bad. So, yeah. So yeah, now we're gonna go up the staircase around this corner. Also, I think at this point, if you talk to Quilana over there, she might have some new dialogue for you.
Well,
Also,
now we are.
Enemies will actually not impose upon her space, though they may still throw things at you to get to her. So be careful and probably hit the bonfire. Honestly, don't
Yeah,
bother now.
Yeah, I wouldn't
you
even
just
try
that
it.
just caught it close. Okay, yeah, they're abandoning it because you've walked past her, but yeah, better play it safe than sorry and just get to your bonfire or go up the stairs, whichever.
Funny ideas.
We'll be back here anyway, so we can talk to her later. So yeah.
Oh god, that does not.
Yeah, this is
It is
unupgraded.
Unupgraded. We may hit up Andre to upgrade this later with some more Titanite if you want to farm off camera with the next stream. This is honestly the biggest complaint about Fromsoft games in general, I'll be honest, is that because weapons are upgraded individually, it really doesn't encourage you to invest and play around, or rather to play around with other weapons, because once you get to mid to late game, anything that isn't upgraded is kind of just not going to perform as well.
I know the one
So then you have to go-
exception to that, from what I understand, is Bloodborne on Is that
Bloodborne,
correct?
due to the fact it has a smaller pool of weapons, means that you'll probably have more upgrade materials going around. Meaning
But it
it's
has
much,
the issue. I'll let you finish your thought. I'm sorry.
yeah, meaning you'll have more upgrade materials going around. So if you like a weapon, it's much more easier to at least catch it up to where it should be at that point in the game.
So that ladder you walked by. Well, yeah, go talk to her first, actually. But the problem with Bloodborne is that because every weapon is unique, there's some stuff that you just do not get to enjoy or even play around with until
It's been
you're
some
basically
time.
beating the game.
Truth be told, I thought you had perished.
So go ahead and talk to her, because now that you have Great Fireball in your pocket, she might be like,
Long
wait a
ago,
minute.
I accepted another pupil like yourself. Over 200 years ago, there was a man almost as bungling as you. In your world, he was called Salaman, the master pyromancer. The little rascal really made something of himself.
She is at
Pyromancy the
least
art of
200
invoking
years
and
old.
manipulating fire. But remember one thing. Always fear the flame, lest you be devoured by it and lose yourself. I would hate to see that happen again. Pyromancy is the art of
Okay, she has
invoking
nothing
and
new right
manipulating,
now.
But I would hate. No luck.
Yeah, we might have.
Well, but do not keep me.
We
I know
might have
there's
to
a
wait until we start the
specific-
next act.
Yeah, there's a specific interaction I know that will trigger new dialogue from her.
Alright, let's get out of this fucking hellhole.
Yeah.
Yep.
So climb
Father, I
up
don't want-
this ladder.
Daddy, I don't want to be in Blighttown anymore.
Frieza, why did you even come down here?
I thought I could enslave all the skeletons going around.
Do you really want these in your employ? I know you're probably not paying them anything outside of just you get to live services. So, elevator. Just climb on and ride it up. It'll be directly in front of your character, so you moved, so now it's no longer in front of your character. And there's a platform there. And then that can happen.
Let's go! First step! Yes!
And you got the Blighttown welcome, and that is the Blighttown goodbye.
Time to go grab my souls. There you go.
If there wasn't a better place to end this stream, I would have told us to end that there, but we'll want to move past that.
Well, some dude had to contemplate about his last death for an entire week. Let's give him a little bit.
Your souls are not down there. Go back around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're... Usually what these games will do is they'll kind of like... Think of there being like a 10-second trail behind you. Maybe not 10 second, but like
5
a
to 10
timer
seconds.
trail.
Last time you were on stable ground kind of deal on that.
Yeah, it'll keep track of what path you took and place your souls at the last viable spot within a certain duration.
Because say you drop like 5 levels to get to a secret path and then you die, it will probably put it up on higher on those platforms. So yeah. There you go. Now, go up to this flame and look at the contraption that you just took. So, like, look down back at the contraption. Probably look at the other... Oh, bugs. These bugs will try to kill you, so probably kill it first. Okay, look down to the wheel. Okay, never mind.
Now we're double melting.
Yeah, you're poisoned and you're toxic. If you eat a blooming health up first, you will be able to recover from this. Because that does heal both poisons. Okay, stay here, because you're safe. Alright, so, where the toxic asshole is a very valuable item, so we want to make our way to him.
Yeah.
Can you suss out where he is from here?
Assuming where that fire is, like over in that area?
I think if you actually go around this pillar, there's a pathway that will lead over to them.
Oh wow, if you look up, you can actually see the sun from here.
Yes, you can. You might be in the dips of this swamp hell, but you can still appreciate that there is light.
Where's the sun?
Oh, he's above you. think this ultimately lead. Okay, yeah, let's climb up this. Freaking bugs.
Fucking mosquitoes, man. Can't have shit in here.
Two for one deal. Alright, so he's down on your right side. Not that close. Like, you gotta look outward. The lighting probably is not helping you with this monitor setup.
Like there?
More up and right.
Oh, so where like that blood is there?
Yeah, where that blood is approximately where he is. Probably
Huh?
heal up first, because if you take fall damage or get toxicated
How
again.
do we get there?
There's another path to get there, but I think this can...
Is it
lead-
this one down here?
That might kill you. That's probably too far.
I think that's above 20 meters.
This leads, I think, to a dead end, but it can be at least be an item that we grab while we're here. Nope, nothing here. So yeah, I think if you look down... okay, so you're gonna need to take a other ladder and path to get over to him. So probably take the ladder behind you, over by where the torch is, and then backtrack a little bit. So not around here. If we just roll through those, yeah. So yeah, take this other ladder down. Then around this pillar, go on to this shaky geometry. Yeah, might have to roll or run.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. So yeah. Okay, so he's up there. You need to climb up one more level, and then a staircase should lead you to him. So go back. Not this way. Go into safety here. Alright. So we'll follow this around and take the next ladder up, which is over by that flame.
Is it bad that I missed the gutter from DS2?
Depends on which portion of the gutter. So yeah, if you follow this and don't go to the ladder, but follow that bloodstain, you can go and murder him. And his friends. You can't get to him, so... Alright. Speed run. Murder him. Go find the next one. Murder him. Kill them all, Peter. They do not respawn, so it's important just to get rid of them. Heal as you need, and murk. Honestly, this guy you could probably huck a fireball at. Be careful of dogs. Alright, he's dead. Now there's another guy hiding in a corner back from where you came, so run back around the circumference. And then take a hard right in here. Oh, there's the guy over there too. But get this guy first. Oh, he's still alive. Oh no, he's dead. Okay. Alright. Now for the other guy, if you can get him in decent range, you might be able to softball a fireball at him.
Kobe!
Alright, dead. Problem solved. Go ahead and
Now
eat
go
some
back.
clump. Turn around, you're not done. But eat some clump, and let's explore this section.
This is our last one, I think, yeah.
Well, Toxic is dead. We have killed them all, except for maybe one in an area you're never going back to. Okay. Excellent. So what we want to do is get to the floor level and get past these dogs, and there's a very good item for you.
There.
Just beware of fire.
Ready to shield as soon as I get that.
Yep. Kick the dog.
Ooh. You monster!
Heal up. All these mini Cliffords. We must kill them before they destroy property value. That is bullshit.
What?
What was
What the
that?
Dark
that was-
Souls hitboxes.
2 more dogs. Nice.
Firekeeper soul.
Firekeeper soul.
So, there used to be another Firekeeper here, in Blighttown. Then I presume things became Blighttown, and it got bad.
Man, things were never the same after they brought the Whole Foods in.
They rotted so quickly.
Fuck you.
Dogs of smaller, inconvenient size.
Yeah.
Alright. So, this will lead to a dead end. But we want to... So yeah, just slid that dog off the ledge.
Get out of here.
Do I take this or?
No, that's the one that you took to get up. So
There
we're
is a
gonna
ladder in the back.
Yeah, we're going to go back around from where we came and take a ladder that you skipped in order to go murder the toxic men. Don't worry, you've made the world a safer place. So yeah. Take this ladder that you just walked by. Take me higher.
So I'm assuming, is there a time we're gonna go back to Spider Lady later to give her that soul, or?
Yes.
Alright.
Well, you can actually give that to any Firekeeper. So if you really wanted to, if you want the instant gratification now, you could trek all the way back to Spider Lady down there in the basement and get an upgrade so that your Estus Flask heals you to +2. But you are going all the way up to Firelink Shrine again, so you can just give it to her.
Oh, okay. So there are it's not you give one for each one. Okay.
So
Yeah, hell,
every Firekeeper can upgrade your flask, but every Firekeeper also has their own soul. So if you wanted to pay it in, you could murk every single one in the game except for your last one, and then get those upgrades.
And then before you NG plus, murk that one, and then and then give it to the Firekeeper you find, first Firekeeper you can find on NG plus. Shit.
Yeah, literal feces. But Pat, you now notice that you have been here before.
Yep. Ow.
It'd be a shame if you died. That is a viable solution, sir.
We have been through here before. We are booking our asses all the way to fire.
Normally I would fight them, but we have no Estus Flasks. So...
Alright, so bridge is to your right. Yeah, there it is. Very productive day.
Woo!
In and out of Blighttown. 2-hour adventure.
Perfect. New Londo.
New Londo Water Park. That guy's enjoying it.
Yeah, he's having a fun time.
Now, Pat, be very careful in case you didn't send the elevator back up. I
Yeah.
knew it! I was like, elevator's not gonna be there. Because if you died, it's back to the bottom of Blighttown.
Yeah.
Indeed.
What if
There's
I
actually
just
so
roll?
much to There's actually a lot of stuff to interact with now that you've done the second bell. So I'm just wondering, like, how much do we want to do now or say for next stream? The dulcet tones of safety. Home base.
Nice and safe.
Sure, there's skeletons outside the back. There's also those guys hanging out by the bridge. But, you know, it's a pretty nice place around here. Everything's pretty calm, chill, enjoyable.
How's Lortrick doing? Oh, no!
No!
Well,
Keep picking up.
keep picking up. Yep,
Dead.
dead.
Turn around.
Yep.
gone.
Law
Oh,
trick.
Lautrec, why'd you kill our firekeeper? That guy, he lost his firekeeper, and he's like, I can't live anymore. But now,
Well,
Pat, you don't truly understand what has truly happened. Have a
let's
look.
go Your Honor, we have a problem.
Go back.
there's
Go to the bonfire.
there's no bonfire.
The bonfire's out.
She was linked to the fire, and now that she's dead, it is unusable.
But how can it be a fire-linked shrine if there's no fire?
That's a very good question. You kind of needed. You needed a strong. Well, not really strong. You needed an independent. Well, she's not really independent. You needed a woman around to keep things together. So,
Mr. Knight, what the fuck happened while I was gone?
Ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you.
what more do you have to say, sir?
Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here.
Whatever this stench
Maybe
is,
it's
it
time
sounds
I
terrible.
do something about it.
We've got rotted corpses just hanging out over in the corner.
Maybe it's time I do.
Alright, you thing.
So,
Oh my god!
What the hell?
There was something there!
What the?
He's awake!
What the hell?
He
investigate.
seems friendly. Also, watch your step.
Yeah.
Because,
That is-
reminder
that's
where
a
your
bit-
last bonfire was. Back up a little bit.
Hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening?
That's not the voice I
am
expected
the
out of him.
primordial serpent,
Yeah.
Trapped, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Sure, what do you have to say? Because this is
Enlightenment, I've had a day.
I'd like to know some
Then I
things.
am pleased to share. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn. So
I
that
get
you
to
may
be God?
light the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this
Oh,
That
end,
people
sounds
get to
pretty
just
you must
people get to
visit
just die and stay
Valorno
dead like normal
and
people.
acquire the Lord Vessel.
That sounds pretty cool.
Hmm.
What more do you have to say?
I am
Snake?
pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
So,
All
before
right.
you do anything, Ace, go ahead.
So, yeah, Frampt is an interesting merchant. You can take large upgrade items, give them to him, and he will break them down into the smaller versions. You can also effectively sell items to him.
So, if you go to feed items specifically,
Yeah, you can actually see what value you'll get for them. He doesn't have very good rates for most items.
But
However,
I'm assuming it's probably pretty good for like our bunch of battle axes
Yep.
and shit on that.
this snake is a living garbage can.
In fact, well, you know what? I have an idea. Let's feed him some shit.
Yeah, I did the noise.
Let's feed him dung pies.
Yeah, you can literally feed him feces and rubbish.
Where
Now,
is-
I forget. Dung pies, they have the same buy and sell rate, right?
I think so.
So you can kind of use dung pies as a bank?
So yeah, go ahead. Hey, Frampt, eat this.
Eat shit.
Ah.
It is you.
Oh, Frampt, buddy, we missed you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, he plays
you can
that
also-
noise literally every time you feed him anything.
Yeah, you can also chat with him more.
Yeah, he has much more to
Those
say.
who seek the realm of lords must brave Sen's fortress, a deadly
boy.
house of traps. Many have gone before you.
Oh, is that the
but none
skeleton area over there?
No.
No.
has
It's
chosen
next to
you,
Onion Man.
but proceed.
That is what you opened up.
Those who seek the realm
Okay, that's all
of
he has to say.
lords
Those who seek the Royal Rumble must brave the fun house of pain. So,
Also, Laurentis, you just met a really cool pyromancer. That might unlock some things to talk about.
Oh, hello there. You've been a stranger these days. Why? What spectacular pyromancy? Tell me about it. I have never seen anything like it.
What do
do
you choose
not
to do?
tell him.
Don't
Well, you
tell-
can do what you want.
Am I locked out of something if I don't tell?
This does affect the world state, yes.
I see. I suppose I was mistaken. In any case, I definitely trust you. Apologies, my friend. Forget that I said anything.
Laurentis will remember that.
My teacher, whom I imagine still resides in the Great Swamp, had a funny way of putting it. He said that pyromancy is the ultimate fantasy. We are born into dark and warmed by fire, but this fire we cannot touch. Those whose fascination with fire persists learn to hold it in their own hand. He rather had a way with words, the old withering frog. In this land,
So-
pyromancers earn a certain respect. The Witch of Izalith, one of the legendary lords, is the godmother of pyromancy. So the day I became undead, I was ecstatic. I felt as if I'd been chosen to attune myself to the ancient arts. Of course, it wasn't all that romantic in the end.
Gee, I wonder why. So yeah, so you can tell him at any time about Quilana, and he will progress his storyline. But that does also mean that you will not be able to interact with him for a while. So if you want to be able to take advantage of all of his purchasable items, then you'll hold off on telling him about it.
At the very least, until you clean out his shop.
Yeah, so you could upgrade your flame, but now that he is at a point where his story can continue, buying various tools from him would be more valuable to you. Though, honestly, if some of them you may not even use, I think Iron Flesh and Sweat... Actually, you can just buy everything he has left right now.
Yeah, clean him out.
Yeah. So,
The main
yeah.
thing is just make sure to clean him out.
Yeah, so you can...
Come back if you find anything new.
But we could just
Yeah.
tell him now at this point, right?
Yeah. Now he's all set for his next set of the
Oh,
adventure.
hello there. I'm pleased to see you, as always.
You have to talk to him proper.
Why? Tell me about. Why, yes, of course. Thank you for sharing. I'm still an able pyromancer. I shall locate her myself. I'm in your debt once again.
We will catch up with him later.
Be safe, friend.
Unfortunately, that is near Blighttown because that is where Quilana is hanging out. So we will get some perfume once we've had a moment and head back there later. So since we're out of a bonfire right now, let's go over to Andre.
Yeah, Andre's
Yeah,
the
I
next
was
is
about
the
to
next
say
best
Andre
bonfire.
is like our main one.
Unfortunately, because we fucked up timing, Haircut has nothing new to say.
Oh, you.
Oh wait, whoa, that's new dialogue.
Ah. Oh, you. Have you seen milady? Oh, blast, where might she be? And would she be safe?
Still putting up that facade.
Oh,
What a
I'm
bastard! I
sorry.
love him.
Miracles, was it? Sometimes I lose myself. Pay me no mind.
Yeah, I don't think his conversation state, besides that one new dialogue there, will really change until we do some more exploring.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's go have a beer with Andre. I
Andre,
think
I've
we
had a
need
long day.
Andre, I went to Blighttown. I fought a giant spider lady, as in like a lady on top of a spider. Got depression, poisoned to hell and back, double melted, died on an elevator, came all the way back up, only to find the firekeeper was dead, Lartrick fucked off. There's a giant ass there's a giant ass snake in the courtyard. Or that's stinking up the place. I need a beer.
Also a bath.
Yeah, that too. Oh, can't help you with that sick, mate.
Yeah, I would love to imagine that the freaking crestfallen warrior was smelling you when you came back up, and she's like, "Oh God, you've ruined the whole place. I can't stand it anymore." So, the door is open to Sans Fortress when we want to continue next stream. However, if you would like to get the club up to some fighting capacity, you can do some off-screen grinding and get it to a better place.
Andre! Oh, yeah, we can,
Yeah.
I think, max out. No, we can't.
No,
No, that's
you
essential.
cannot yet. You need more stuff. So you're gonna need to buy some Titanite shards to get the club up to level 5, and then large shards. You can upgrade your armor as well, but it's less useful in the long term.
Yeah,
you'll
not
want
until
to
you
purchase
find a
item.
set you really like.
Yeah. Then if you switch over to armor, you can do the same for that, which is probably taking more beating than your weapons have. And even then, it's pretty cheap. So yeah, purchase item, Titanite, yeah, 800 apiece. So
How many do
you'll
we
need approximately, I think you need 10, either 8 or 10 total in order to be able to max out a weapon to +5. So you can currently afford 3. So that'll be 3 level ups, 2 level ups for your club, but you need also spending money.
Alright.
Well, honestly, with how much souls you have in your pocket, you could probably get that pretty quickly. But if you're gonna do off-screen grinding yourself anyway, then you can do that later.
So what should I be grinding then in the meantime on that for?
The big thing will be materials to upgrade whatever weapons that you're going to be actively using.
I mean, it's probably gonna be this and the club for right now on that. The only other one I can think of, mate, that I might use in the future might be this great axe, maybe in the future on that.
That'll be a big investment in the future. Because yeah, if you check its stats with X, yeah, that's gonna need to
50!
be.
You are two-handing that weapon.
That is a required two-handed weapon.
And
It's pretty cool, but it is a investment.
What's my strength at right now on that? 28. So
that's, you need to get to like 35, 40 to be able to do that. I think 30, yeah, because it's your base plus a half of that.
No.
Pat? Something
I
going on with your controller?
I think something with my controllers fucking got pulled up.
I think this may be worth stopping now and close the game.
Yeah,
So that
okay.
you don't
'Cause
accidentally
D-pad
shoot a
suddenly
fireball at Andre's face.
D-pad suddenly became my movement. Okay. Well, I guess that's end of stream at that point.
Next session, we go to the funhouse, probably.
Oh boy.
Probably the funhouse.
So yeah, I probably will do a little bit of grinding off screen to do that. So where would be the best place for doing like the club or stuff like that?
So if you want to get to +5 minimum, you can grind anywhere, get souls, and buy enough off of Andre. If you wanted to get into the plus higher stuff, you would need to go back to Blighttown and kill those slugs. Which you can take the back way to get down there, but it is still going back to Blighttown to deal with it.
Yeah, true. I think I might just do regular soul method right now just to even mess with it, because I mean, the Zweihander
Plus 5 is a very valid stat point to be at this point in the game, so there's nothing wrong with that, especially with a big hit you upside the head weapon like that.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll do it for this week. We will see you guys next Sunday for more Dark Souls. Again, I do not know what the next weekday stream is. I will find out eventually. Onto that.
What if we do Bloodborne?
Bloodborne and at the same time. No.
God, that would lead to such bad habits in Dark Souls specifically.
The amount of oops, I accidentally healed in both games because heal buttons are different.
Yeah, you'd be healing wrong, and then you'd be be underestimating your freaking invincibility on your dodges for both of them, that you'll just eat shit between the both.
Alright, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.